And welcome back to another episode of Enigmatica 6 Expert, where in between episodes I've been doing a little bit of factory building, just doing the windows, just matching them up with the other side. Don't know whether or not we'll have a entrance like we do on this side, and we might even get some entrances or exits, or you might be able to go this way and this way. Eventually all of this stuff will go underground. We don't actually need to be seeing this all the time. It's only there so I can connect to this, and then we could even move the storage underground and move this whole thing back, and I think that would look a lot nicer than it currently does. But last episode we started working on getting this reinforced alloy. This is going to be pretty handy. Also got a bunch of tiny dry rubber. And probably some lithium over here. Perfect. And yeah, this is pretty much what we got to, and this might go here. This probably isn't the right ratio of stuff. And we are working our way towards the dissolution chamber. So to get this plastic, we do either need to blast furnace this or have coal coke dust. But the blast furnace runs on coal coke. Right, so we got 49. I had just been using this guy over here. In fact, I'm tired of coming over this way. I'll fix this later. This guy can come over to the base. He should live somewhere in the factory. I'm not entirely sure where would be a good spot for him. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of the area where we're doing this stuff, right? This is just going to tick away and do some stuff. This guy's actually a little bit slow in producing his latex. We probably want to get some more of these things. Yeah, but again, that's a dissolution chamber. So we'll leave that running. We should have enough plastic now for what we're trying to do. So I think most of this is pretty simple. We need to do that infused alloy, which does require a metallurgic infuser. So that is on the list of things we need to make. I don't know that we've made a lot of this stuff. Destabilize redstone in a machine base. We haven't done this, but again, that's not too bad. Basic control circuits. This is going to be an issue. And that's for even getting the metallurgic infuser. So actually, this guy has to come first before we can actually make this. I overlooked that a little bit. But what I was going to start with, which maybe we don't, but I want to automate the creation of this etching acid. It's just a pneumatic pressure chamber recipe, but we need like molten plastic, and yeah, I want to automate that if we can. It's very dark in this factory. Yes, I'd like to automate this as much as we can, and then once we've got that, we can start looking at crafting this guy. Wait, that requires a dissolution chamber. Does it not? No, it does not. We can use a fluid encapsulator and memory essence. How we extract that? Somebody did mention how we do it. I'm not entirely sure. I need to look into how we can get essence. Let's start with trying to automate etching acid. Just with some refined storage stuff. The only thing I don't have access to heaps of is spider eyes. But I might try and improve the mob farm by speeding them up a bit, by changing the floor to belts, because these are quite a bit faster, well, not this one specifically. And not these ones, but like the one back at the base. Back at the starter house. This one here was reasonably fast. And that'll be enough to push mobs off pretty quick. And then we might be able to get spiders up there, because we have plenty of spider spawners. I think that's the only thing we're not getting. And maybe a creeper spawner. we did have a creeper spawner somewhere. And it might even already be up there. Alright. Now, let's start with improving the mob farm, getting spider eyes, and trying to automate etching acid. Because that is really annoying to craft. Well, this kind of works. Actually, I better be careful, because wasn't one of these the stray spawner, or did I might have got rid of the stray spawner. But nice, I thought I might need to darken the place up a bit, but no, it seems pretty good. And we might even replace... We've got a couple of wither skeleton spawners there. I might replace one with a spider spawner. Not that I brought any of the stuff I need to be able to do that. That was silly. And yeah, I mean that almost looked like spiders immediately fell. Nice. That works pretty good. Sweet. Okay, kind of works. At least the spiders stay trapped inside. They kind of go up the top. Sometimes they catch themselves on the way down, so potentially should expand this so they've got more of a area to fall in. Not entirely sure what the best solution is there. But we are occasionally getting spider eyes, and hey look, we got 231 in string, which is nice. I don't think there's anything else where... That might have been me mining. I don't think there's really anything else we're picking up that we shouldn't be. Just those spiders might actually be a little bit annoying. So I was struggling with how we go about getting this liquid experience, but it's as easy as making one of these memory sticks. Which was a quest, and it probably told you in the quest. I was just telling you you can get experience. It would be cool to get pneumatic armor. But yes, so we've got this experience thingy. It absorbed experience. And it's almost full. Well, now it's full. Can we enchant this with a Book of Holding? You can't. Well, okay, that's cool. Well, we'll keep that for later. And then apparently we can just right-click on a tank. So that will make getting liquid experience pretty trivial. Oh, and it instantly fills it. That's nice. Cool. Okay, and that was for getting into this basic control circuit. Which we can do with that fluid encapsulator. Cool, and we can make these prepared basic chips. Can we make this batch thing? No. Oh, no, we don't want to do it that way. So we can craft these. Empty PCB. Oh, we can build them with this. Because that's... Oh, we have to make them this way, but that's not too bad. Cool, cool. Yeah, we still need to automate some recipes using this. Okay, cool. I could craft them with this. This would save us having to do that whole etching thing. Let's start this. We want to get an unassembled PCB from an empty PCB. We should have all of this stuff. And this can be crafted with this recipe. Okay, I have to keep making sure I go back and deal to these mobs. Because they're currently stacking up, and you know what, it is probably about time. Right, this should stop the mobs from spawning all the time. Spiders might be an issue. Again, maybe not. Now, we don't get spider eyes when they're just dropping. That's okay, we've got enough, we've got enough. So yeah, I want to set up the recipe for this. Now, is this the input? This is the input. Actually, we probably do want a hopper. And then we'll have a chest. And then we probably want a crafter. Do I have a spare crafter? I don't. We're short mechanical crafters. Alright. If we point that at you, and the stuff in these, we'll just... Nope. Just so random stuff can't fall on the hopper. And then if we connect this to our refined storage system, hopefully we can set up the autocrafting pretty simply. So now we have a importer on this chest, which is the output of this pressure chamber, and hopefully we can put some stuff in here. Now we can't name that, can we? So let's start with that first simple recipe. So this is going to be a processing recipe. And we want to make this stuff into this. And hopefully we can come over here, put that there, and then we should be able to request an empty PCB. So, start. Go. Yes, I can hear it working already. Now we've got some speed upgrades. Let's turn these guys on. I'll take a speed upgrade out of this. And I'll put it in here. We probably want to work on getting some more of these. Which needs these things. Yeah, alright. Yeah, probably want to get some more of those. But hey, cool. That's done. Easy, that's reasonably easy to automate actually. I don't know why I thought it was going to be hard. So that gets us empty PCBs, and then if we want one of these... We either want multiple lots of these programs. Now, why do I have you down there? I think that's just for storage. Which probably isn't completely necessary. So that's the importer. We could have... Now, can we... What thing do you have in you? Oh, you don't have any programs in you. If we've got the program that does both, does this one work? Will this let us get all of the recipes, or only the ones that require both? Maybe only the ones that require both. But we should be able to do something similar with like an importer and just a crafter here. I mean, let's do it and let's see if we can get unassembled PCBs. Because these can be annoying to craft as well. Okay, time for the test. So we want an unassembled PCB. And let's get 6. Now, whether or not this works could be another story. So we have ended up with the... Oh no, he's away. And this recipe required just the laser. And we've got drill and laser. Nice, so we can get away with either. I think. So yeah, they're getting messy under there, but that's fine. Because now we don't have to touch it. And that is significantly better. I'm glad we can get away with having multiple. So we probably want some speed upgrades in this guy. We're going to have to get cracking on making some more of them. Cool, and that gets us unassembled PCBs. I also taught that other recipe. No, it's not one of these ones. The recipe for this machine casing, which is just another thing we now don't have to do. And cool. Now this is slow. He will eventually, he puts that in there, nice, and then we end up with that back in our system. Cool. Now we do run the risk of filling up our chests when we're trying to do autocrafting. And because I have a lot of junk in these. We're not quite at the storage drive level. But nice. That's sweet. That's sweet. And this should now be pretty easy to craft these etching acid buckets. And if that works, which it certainly seems like it is going to, I think it's doing that thing where we can't see the items inside it. Yeah, because we've got multiple in there, but cool, that's going to work. So that was actually the most annoying part of not any of these things, of something. Oh, I can't remember. One of these requires those, the dissolution chamber, right. These HV capacitors, right. And these are mostly annoying because you need these buckets of that fluid for the LV capacitors. So now we can teach all of those recipes, and that's going to make creating HV capacitors easy. And they're used for these Tesla coils, which are used for making these energizing rods, which we use this for something. Maybe the blazing agitator, which is used for the metallurgic infuser. Yeah, I knew we needed it for something. Cool, let's not get too distracted. So we can autocraft that now. This is not too bad. Basic control circuits. We could almost teach this. All of these recipes are a little bit annoying. So I kind of also need to start actually setting like these machines up. Getting a lot of glass for doing the same sort of thing. Now I can probably... Now since refined storage has quite a big power draw, I might, instead of just chucking cables and portals and everything, we can go into like a centralized chest. But I need to decide if I want to keep all of this stuff here. Or start, start making a row of machines that's all hooked into refined storage. Yeah. And then we'll teach... Well, we want to get... Like, these are now... No, these are not automated. I guess printed circuit boards, like wires we need to automate. Yeah, all of this stuff. So here's a bunch of recipes. We need to be teaching like a multi-servo press. We need like one specifically for doing numismatic dies. I think all of this stuff is kind of almost auto-craftable. Yeah, I think I'll set up some machines for doing that. Till we get to the point where we can craft the bits and pieces we need for this, because like this is fine. I have a sawmill somewhere. No, I was pulverizing. We could set up a sawmill as well. And then we just need a fluid encapsulator that we chuck memory essence in, which is this stuff. And then we can get those basic control circuits, and that's one major part. But a bunch of auto-crafting setup, which, yeah, it's kind of cool, definitely necessary. Don't know if it's the most interesting thing to watch. We have a raid. G'day, mate. I don't feel like dealing with that now. Oh, they're gonna... Yep, you're gonna... Unluckily for you, I have a bodyguard. And he is very good at removing raids for them. Nice. So he's like one of those apotheosis bosses, but he's an iron golem, so he's kind of on our side. Which is handy. They certainly made a mess. Yeah, I'll start setting up some auto-crafting for these bits and pieces. Maybe we'll get one of these today. I feel like that's kind of one of the main things we need. Okay, so some crafting is now happening. We've got recipes for alloys, we've got recipes for gears, recipes for coins. Yeah, just setting up the fluid encapsulator now, but I need another crafter. And I think what I'm going to do is just to keep things simple, we'll do this. Now, hopefully you do pull the memory essence. That is very handy. And then we'll have the crafter on the top. If it's finished crafting, it might have just finished crafting. I think I actually requested 2, so I need to get a crafting monitor as well. But yeah, power is probably going to start being an issue. But I'm just going to craft more magmatic dynamos to deal with that. So we've got these, and then we need to... Now, I think I've taught these recipes. I did. So memory chip assembly package, those are done. It's this basic memory chip. So we teach this recipe. Potentially we could be doing flowed buckets, but I'm just not quite sure how I store that, so for now we'll do it this way. It does mean it's going to require maintenance, which is going to be a little bit average. But I'll make like a stack of fluid tanks, I think, and just fill it up with all the experience that I have. And now, hey, what are we at the point of? We should be able to request these basic memory chips. I thought I taught the recipe for a redstone torch. I didn't. I need another crafter. There we go. So this is definitely something that needed to happen at some point, and it's good to be actually getting there now. Let's just start with 1. So we push start on that. All sorts of things should be happening. Perfect. Pretty slow. Everything is still pretty slow. But we can grab some of these tanks. We put stuff on the top one. It goes into the bottom ones. But there we go. That should be plenty of memory essence. That's getting us those memory chips. I don't think I've set up this recipe yet. And we needed that for this. Okay. So did I teach that recipe yet? I'm not sure I did. Basic control circuits. Nice. We push start and maybe stuff gets stuck. I'm not sure how smart these are. Like if we requested both this and this at the same time, I don't know. Potentially the hopper just gets jammed and then stuff doesn't work. Some stuff is happening here. Right. Cool. And then eventually we end up with basic control circuits. And that's this part of the recipe. Actually, we're going to need fluid encapsulators as a recipe. We might do that. I mean, we've got the recipes for most of this stuff. A bucket would be nice. Do you know what? Sand turning into glass would be nice. So that's a crafting recipe. That's a crafting recipe, and that's a furnace recipe. And yeah, it is a little bit annoying running over here all the time, but kind of. Once these recipes are set up, I shouldn't have to come over here. So it's kind of cool having it all the way over there. And then we're slowly getting rid of these machines. I guess at some stage we really need to sort the bees. We're really going to have to sort the bees. And this is kind of happening, I assume. You doing stuff? You're not doing stuff. You're not doing stuff. You're doing stuff. Cool. I'll probably get some speed upgrades in these guys too. Used a lot. But yeah, I'm hoping with this big tower of these I'll see when the stuff gets empty. Keep that topped up. It's still doing something. We need a crafting monitor. And we can actually ask for the bits and pieces we need for that. That's kind of neat. That's kind of neat. A crafting monitor, because I'd like to see what's happening. And there we go. We can see see some things are happening. So that's currently processing. It doesn't really seem like it's processing. Cancel all. Might have just gotten stuck. Oh, I've got the basic control circuits. Wait, why were they stuck? I'm not sure. But cool. We got these things. I'm assuming they're used for a lot of stuff that we want to be doing. Storage parts. It still requires some things we don't have. Neat. But I think getting our basic control circuits is probably a good a place as any to end it for the episode. And the autocrafting is a huge quality of life improvement. Probably still a little bit of tweaking to do and a bit more tidying up of the factory. But hey, it's been ClassicDuff. Thanks for watching. Come back next time and Metallurgic Infuser. Perhaps there's a couple of potentially tricky crafting things we need to set up for that.